Alabama position previews for 2019. Next on Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. Stephen M. Smith on the line. You can catch him and the rest of the crew. They're at touchdownalabama.com. It's touchdownalabama.com for your Alabama football needs, and keep it locked in here, of course, at Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. 2 exclusive live streams each and every week where we bring you on to talk college football with me directly, and also my response to your viewer comments. Check out the link below to get yourself signed up for that. And, of course, you can help us build the channel by jumping on Amazon, doing your Amazon shopping. Just don't do anything different, your regular Amazon shopping, but use the link that you see in the description section below. Special teams, Stephen. I know that this is close to your heart. You love to give recognition, spotlight to the special teams players that make so many plays. It's a third of the game that often gets ignored. You got punt coverage, you got punt return, kickoff coverage, kickoff return, the punts themselves, the kickoffs, a lot going on there, a lot to be shored up. And obviously, one of the things that has gained a lot of attention in recent years over Nick Saban's tenure has been missed key field goals and so forth. Not necessarily an issue last year in missing just in regards to 4 out of 18 kicks, but go one by one, set us up for what we can see in the return game and also punting and kicking.
Well, I'll start with punting and kicking first, Mark. I think you're going to see a big improvement in that area. Alabama missed 9 extra points a season ago, which is something that Nick Saban did not like seeing, did not want to see. To pair with Jeff Banks as the special teams coordinator, Alabama went out and hired 2 quality control coaches for that side of the football. And although you return the likes of Joseph Belovas, a former 3-star but number 1 rated kicker out of Manville, Louisiana, he came in the 2017 class. Alabama went out and got the number 1 kicker from all major recruiting sites in Will Reichert out of Hoover High School in Hoover, Alabama, for the 2019 group. And this is somebody that Chris Saylor, founder and CEO of the Chris Saylor kicking camp and the Coles kicking camp, a guy that's worked very closely with Nick Saban for a long time. And he has basically said that Reichert is the best he has ever seen coming out of the high school ranks. This is a guy that made all of his extra points in high school at Hoover. He drilled a number of 50-plus yard field goals during that tenure. I remember personally a friend of mine saw him at the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star game, and the young man made a pair of 50-plus yard kicks in the rain. So he's got the leg, he's got the accuracy. Most importantly, he's got the confidence in himself to get the job done. That's a huge trait to have when you are a specialist. At the spring game, Will Reichert did a fantastic job, made all of his extra points, nailed a 43-yard field goal that got fans up on their feet in a hurry. So he is going to push Joseph Belovas. I honestly think he beats Belovas out and will be the primary field goal kicker and may even be the primary kickoff guy for the Crimson Tide, depending on whether Nick Saban may want to use Reichert on field goals and Belovas on kickoffs remains to be seen, but I think Will Reichert will win the job in terms of field goals. When I look at punting, Skylar DeLong, I know the young man had a difficult time his freshman year, taking over for the departed J.K. Scott, but he's gotten better. He got better in the spring, much improved, the ability to flip the field, have confidence in what he's doing, looks very good in the 8A game. Averaged 47.5 yards per punt, had a couple of balls dropped inside the 20, so he looks a whole lot better. Now, Mike Bernier, the punter that replaced Skylar DeLong during the middle portion of the season last year when DeLong was struggling, he is currently in the graduate transfer portal, or in the transfer portal. He has not made a decision on where he's going to go to, so he is still a part of the roster. I will continue to monitor that, but for right now, in the portal, Bernier is. Skylar DeLong looks to be the guy that will be the starter in the upcoming season. As far as the return game, is still Jalen Waddle, the sophomore that will handle the punt returns. Kick returns will be interesting because you've got the likes of Henry Ruggs that can do it, Jerry Jeudy who could potentially do it, Brian Robinson Jr. at running back can do it. I would love to see Alabama take John Mechie, the true freshman receiver out of Brampton, Canada, and use his speed and athleticism on that side of the ball. But it will be fun to watch how this unfolds in fall camp. So Jalen Waddle, punt return, got a mixture of guys that can return kicks, but as far as the kicking game and the punting game, field goals, look for Will Reichert, the freshman, punting, Skylar DeLong, year 2 for this young man. I think he's going to be right where he needs to be at.
Yeah, so Robinson would be the one guy, as you well know, who's got some experience coming back in the kick return game with 5 last year as Josh Jacobs moves on after he was the primary guy last year. And Jalen Waddle, of course, with a touchdown in the punt return game last year. Yeah, the numbers, and of course, like any statistics, you got to get under the surface and really dig and see what produced those statistics. But some numbers don't necessarily lie unless Alabama's sitting at the 40-yard line continually punting, and we know that's not the case. But for DeLong to only average 34.4 yards per punt on 16 punts, Bernier not much better at 38. We're seeing in the low 40s as kind of an average barometer for most punters across the nation in major college football, and especially in the SEC, and especially at this program. You got to think that has to improve.
Oh, it does. And I feel like, once again, you are replacing, you being Skylar DeLong, you are replacing the greatest to ever do it in J.K. Scott. We're talking about a guy that, when he came in 2014 out of Denver, Colorado, he had to be a leader. He had to be an MVP caliber punter due to Alabama really didn't know what it had on defense aside from Landon Collins here or, a couple of guys on the defensive line. You thought that Trey DePriest would be the guy at linebacker. It ends up being Reggie Ragland. So you really didn't know what you had. So it was imperative for J.K. Scott to be as exceptional as he was. So you have a Skylar DeLong coming behind that. It's difficult because now you're thinking, well, I got to be just as good or if not better than that guy was. And you put that added pressure on yourself, and it causes you to struggle some. So now, with a year under his belt of understanding, just calm down and play his game and focus on how to be the best version of him to make sure he's doing what he can to help this team and make a solid contribution. DeLong much more calmer now, and I expect him to come up to that range of 40-plus yards punt.
He is Stephen M. Smith of Touchdown Alabama, and he is entrenched in Alabama athletics, and his focus right now, Alabama football, like nobody we know. So please join him, the rest of the staff right there at touchdownalabama.com. Of course, Stephen has done an outstanding job over the years in jumping on here on Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, supplying coverage on the Tide. We are knocking out all the position previews to get you set for 2019. Stephen, we appreciate you stopping by as always, sir.
No problem, Mark. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the day.